Speaker mic.
It's on. Oh, the battery's not in.
No, I thought.
That's the problem. Testing, 1 2 1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2.
You want to use this joint?
If I have to, I will. Testing 1 2 1 2. What's wrong with this motherfucker? Motherfucker's not on. That's all. Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay.
So you want to turn that first one down? Then we'll use this. Shalom, Yahabashim. Oh, turn
Hey, Shalom, Yahabashim Abishai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Atham Bashim Abishai to all the sisters. So ISYPK Durham, North Carolina Sabbath service. Priest and Officer Mahayah with me conducting as well as Officer Yanazar. So we're going to get straight into it, man. So, brother, if you could blow the horn to commence the Sabbath service. So Amadium, which means to stand. Wapan Yakwadam, which means rise and face the east. We'll start off with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kwadash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Zayaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashemayim.
Shemayim.
Nathan Lenawa.
Thanawa.
Lakam.
Bakam.
Kal.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak Nawa.
Wasalak Nawa.
Kabawat Nawa.
Kabawath Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kabawath Yanawa.
Kabawath Nawa.
Wala
Wala.
Tabia Ayanawa.
Tabi'ai Nawa.
Manasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
A ball.
Abol.
Awashaya Nawa.
Abishai Nawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwith.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahathaparith.
Wahatapara.
Iwalumyum.
Babylonium.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts
forgive us our debt
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
From thine, for thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Baba Kasha.
Baba Kasha.
Nathan Lenawa.
Thunder now.
Hakak.
Akak.
Hakak.
Akak.
La Para'ah.
La Pa'a.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Kal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Ha Matazarayam.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwiam.
Lahakwium.
Hamathium.
Hamathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rarakawath.
Arakawat.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama Allah.
Lagarishan.
Lagarishan.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please
Please
give us the power.
give us
The power to heal
the power to heal
all manner of
all
sickness
manner of sickness
and all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahushua?
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah?
Wala Alahayim.
Why Alahayim?
Matazabaya Ah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapium.
Alawapium.
Hasaranyum.
Hasaranyum.
Hakotazayanyum.
Akotazayanyum.
Hakoyoyoyum.
Akoyayoyum.
Wahagwatian.
Wahagwathian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
Tawada Aman. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahushua,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
commanding General Yahana,
Commanded during your honor.
the generals,
Generals,
the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Psalm 121 in Hebrew. Aisha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Haharium,
Al-Haharium,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayim,
Shamayim,
Wa'arataza,
Wa'arataza,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Wagalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hanala'ah,
Hanala'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashad,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha Allah,
Yasha Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayallah,
Balayallah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Mikal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'atka,
Taza'aka,
Waba Wa'atka,
Wabawa'aka,
Mayatha,
Mayatha,
Wa'aid, Iwalam.
Wa'ayid Abalam. In English, I will lift mine eyes into the hills, for which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Dami Alaka,
Al-Dami Alaka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thashakwat,
Al-Thashakwat,
Al, Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka,
Ya'ira
Yara Yamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarawa,
Amarawa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magoya,
Magolia,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yashala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Aliaka,
Alyaka,
Barayath,
Barayath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Aholia,
Aholia,
Alawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamai,
Yashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'ima
Wa'ima one,
Wa'ima
Wa'ima long,
Palashath,
Palashath,
I'm Yeshabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamajin,
Kamadian,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Manakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
Ladama,
Shayatamwa,
Sayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yamawa,
Kayarab,
Karab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabat,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazol,
Mana'ai,
Manai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Cow Nasai, come on,
Ashar,
Ashore,
Amarwa,
Amorwa,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath, Na'awath,
Na'awa,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Sayatamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanyarawaha,
Lapanyararaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Yaira,
Tabayaira,
Yaira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Arayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Aradapma,
Taradapma,
Basairika,
Basairika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Walawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Panyaham,
Second line from the bottom.
okay. Wayabaholwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Aidai,
Aidai,
Wayakaporawa,
Wayakaporawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Alyawan,
Alyawan,
Al-Kal Ha'aratazar,
Al-Kaharatazar. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, Azabah and Azalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. We'll sound crazy. Shall I mean to be seated? Sound crazy, man. We're gonna get right back into it, man. You know what I'm saying? 19 and 2, right? You know what I'm saying? For those at home, you want to tag on, want to read along with us, follow along. We go through these scriptures. You go to blueletterbible.org. All right. You type in Exodus chapter 19 at the top. We're going to start at verse 2. Right? What you do, you press that blue button on the side that says tools. It'll pull up the Assyrian Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to follow along, right? I'm saying for those who may not know, the Hebrew is read from right to left. All right, so you'll be able to follow along. The brother read the scriptures. You know what I mean? So whenever you're ready, Enzo.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, and verse 2 in Hebrew. Wayasayawa, Nasalaki, Wayasaiwa, Marapayadium, Wayabaawa, Madabar, Sayanya, Wayakanwa, Salakia, Bamadabar, Wayathun, Sham Yasha'ala, Nagad, Hahar. Verse 3. Wamasha Ila al Ha'alahayim Wayakara'a Aliyawa Yahweh Mun Hahar La Amar Kaha or Ka Fa Amar Labayath Yaikwab Wakagayad Wakagayad Labunya Yasha'ala. Verse 4. Athum, Ayathum, Ashar, Ishiathia, Lamatazarium wa asha'a aftakum al kanapia nasharium wa aba'a aftakum aliyah. Verse number 5. Wa aitha shamo'ai Bashama'aiwa Baqualia Washamarathum Ath Variathia Wahaya Yathum Laya Sagala Makal Ha'imium Kaya Laya Kal Ha'aratazar. Verse 6. Wa'athum Fahayawa Laya Mama Lakath Kahanyum Wagawaya Quadawash Allah Hadabarium Ashar Thadabar al Banya Yasha Allah. Verse 7. Wayaba'a Masha Wayakwara'a Laza Quanya Ha'aim Wayashum Lapanyahum Ath Kal Hadabarium Ha'Allah Ashar Taza Wahayu Taza Wahawa. Verse 8. Waya Ainwa Kal Ha'aim Yathadwa Yakadwa Salakia Waya Amarwa Kal Ashar Dabar Yahawah Ma'aisha Wayashab Masha Af Dabaria Ha'aim Al Yahawah. This is the book of Exodus chapter 19 and verse 2 in English. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel encamped before the mount. Verse 3. And Moses went up unto the Most High, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. Verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Verse 5. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. Verse 8. And all the people answered together and said, All that the Lord hath spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 9 in Hebrew. Waya Amar, Yahweh al-Mashah, Hana, Anakia, Ba'ah, Aliyaka, Ba'aib, Ha'ainwa, Ba'aib war, Yashemai Ha'im Badabaria Imad Wagam Baka Ya Amayanwa La I Walam Wayagad Masha'af the Baria Ha'im Al Yahweh. Verse 10. Wayamar Yahweh Al Mashah Laka Al Ha'im Wakadash Shathum Hayawum Wamakar Waka Baswa Shamalathum. Verse 11. Wahai Yawa Nakanyam Layawum Hashalaya Hayalayashia Kaya Bayawum Haya Hasha Layashia like Hayashal, oh my goodness, Hayashalayashia Yarad Yahweh La Ayanaya Kal Ha'im Al Har Sayanya. Verse 12. Waha Gabalath Af Ha'im Sabayab La Amar Hashamarwa Lakam Alawath Bahar Wanagai Bakwata Hawa Kal Hanagai Bahar Mawath Yawamath. Verse 13. La'ah Thagai Bawa Yad Kaya Sakwal Ya Sakwal Awa Yara Yara Bahama Ayash La'a Yahweh Bamasaka Hayabal Hama Ya Yawa La Salakia Ya Ali Ya Al Alawa Ya Alawa Bahar. Verse 14. What? Wayarad Masha Man Hahar Al Ha'im Waya Kodash Af Ha'im Waya Kabaswa Shamalathum. Verse 15. Waya Amar Al Ha'im Hayawa Nakanyam Wa Shalas Shath Yam Al Hagashwa Al Ashar. This is the book of Exodus chapter 19 and verse 9 in English. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the Lord of the people, the words of the people unto the Lord. Verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. Verse 11. And be ready against the third day, for the third day of the Lord, for the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourself that ye go not up unto the mount, or touch the border of it, whatsoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. Verse 14. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. Verse 15. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, Salakia, and verse 16 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya bayawum hashalayashia wahayath habakwar wayahaya kwalath wabarakim wa ainwa kabad al hahar wa kwal shapar hazak salakia kazak ma'ad waya harad no waya korad kal ha'im ashar bama kana. Verse 17. Waya what taza'ah masha af ha'im la qara'af ha'alahayim man hama kana waya faya tazabwa batha kathia batha kathiyath hahar. Verse 18. Wahar sayanya aishun kolwa mapanya ashar yarad aliyawa yahawa ba'ash waya'al aishunwa ka aishun hakabashwa waya korad kal hahar ma'ad. Verse 19. Wayahaya kwawal hasha wapar hawalad wakazak ma'ad masha yadabar waha alahayim ya ainanya la ain salakia ya ainanwa bakwal. Verse 20. Wayarad Yahweh al har sayanya al ra'ash hahar wayakwara'a Yahweh la amar al ra'ash hahar waya al masha. Verse 21. Wayarmar Yahweh al masha rad ha'aid ba'aim pun yaharaswa al Yahweh lara awath wanapath. Verse 22. Verse 22. Wagam hakahanyum hanagashium al Yahweh yafa kodashwa pun yaparataza baham Yahweh. This is the book of Exodus, Chapter 19, verse 16 in English. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people was in the camp trembled. Verse 17. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with the Most High, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. Verse 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long, and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and the Most High answered him by a voice. Verse 20. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. Verse 21. And the Most High said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. Verse 22. And let the priests also which come near to the Lord sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 23 in the Hebrew. Wayamar Masha al Yahweh la Yawakal Ha'aim la Ilath al Har Sayanya Kaya Atha Ha'aidatha Banwa la Amar Hagabal Ath Hahar Wa Kodash Shathwa. Verse 24. Wayamar Aliyawa Yahweh Laka Rad Wa Eliath Atha Wa Haran Imad Waha Kahanyam Wahaim Al Yaha Raswa La Ilath Al Yahweh Pun Parataza Bum. Verse 25. Wayarad Masha al Ha'aim Wayamar Alahum. The next chapter. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar Alahayim Ath Kal Hadabarium Ha'Allah La Amar. Verse 2. Anakim Yahweh Alahayaka Ashar Hawata Zaathiaka Ma'aratazar Matazarium Mabayath Ibadium. Verse 3. La'ah Yahaya Laka Alahayim Akarium Al Panya. Verse 4 is the last. La'ah the Aisha Laka Pasal Wakal Bama Wana Ashar Bashamyum Mama Al, wa Ashar, wa Aratazar, excuse me, Matha, Matha Kath, wa Ashar, Bamayum, Matha Kath, la Aratazar. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 23 in English. And Moses said unto the Lord, the people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai for you, for thou chargest us, saying, set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto Moses, and the Lord said unto him, away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. We start at 23, we end at 4. No. I'm reading verse Salaki, so I'm reading verse 24. And the Lord said unto him, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee, but let not the priest and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. Verse 25. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, verse 2, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Verse 4, thou shalt make unto thee any, Salakia, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5. No, that's it on that. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 5 in the Hebrew. La'ah tasha takathwa laham wala'ah ha'ibadam kaya anakia Yahweh alahayaka al Qana'ah Paquad Iwun Abath al Banya Banyum Salakia al Shalashium wa al Rabbaayam Lashanaaya. Verse 6. Wa Aisha Kasad la ala Payam la Ahabia wala Shamaria Matazawathia. Verse 7. La'ah fa Aisha ath Sham Yahweh alahayaka la Shawa'ah Kaya la'ah Yanaqua Yahweh ath Ashar Yasha'ah ath Shamwa la Shawa'ah. Verse 8. Zakawar ath Yawum Hashabath la Kadashwa. Verse 9. Sheshath Yam Yam Fa'ibad wa I Shiath Kal Mala'akathaka. Verse 10. Wayawum Hashabayaya Shabath La Yahweh Alahayaka La Ah Aisha Kal Mala'akath, Atha, Wabanaka, Wabathaka, Abadaka, Wa'amathaka, Wabahamathaka, Wagaradka, Ashar, Basha-Iriaka. Verse 11, Kaya, Shashath, Yam, Aisha, Yahweh, Ath, Hashamayam, Wa'ath, Ha'arataza, Ath, Hayam, Wa'ath, Kal, Ashar, Bum, Wayanak, Bayawam. Salakia. Wa'ath, Kal, Ashar, Bum, Wayanak, Bayawam, Hashabaya, Aya, Al, Khan, Baraka, Yahweh, Ath, Yawam, Hashabath, Waya Kodasha Hawa. 12. Kabad Ath, Abiyaka, Wa'ath, Amaka, Lama'ain, Ya'ai, Rakawun, Yamayaka, Al. I started at 5. Okay, so this is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 4 in English, verse 5 in English. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Verse 7, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Verse 9, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Verse 10, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Verse 11, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Verse 12, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth you. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 13 in Hebrew. La'ah. Tha-ratazak. La'ah tha-ratazak. Verse 14. La'ah hana'ap. Verse 15. La'ah haganab. Verse 16. La'ah fa'aina bara'aika aid shakwar. Verse 17. La'ah thakamad bayath ra'aika la'ah thakamad ashath ra'aika wa'ai badwa wa amathwa washa wa rawa washa wa rawa waha marawa wakal ashar la ra'aika. Verse 18. Wakal ha'aim ra'ayam ath hakwa walath wa'ath hala payadam wa'ath kwawal hashapar wa'ath hahar aishun waya ra'ah ha'aim waya na'aiwa waya aimadwa marakad salakia marakak. 19 is the last one. Verse 19. Waya marwa al mashah dabar atha aimanwa wana shema'ai wa al yadabar aimanwa alahayam pan the mawath. This is the book of Exodus 13. Right. 13. Okay. Yeah, we finished at 12. It's my bad.
Oh, you good.
Verse 13, thou shalt not kill. Verse 14, thou shalt not commit adultery. Verse 15, thou shalt not steal. Verse 16, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Verse 17, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Verse 18, and all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet in the mountains smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off. And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear you, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 20 in the Hebrew. Wayamar, Masha al-Ha'im, al-Thayara'awa, Kaya, Laba, Ibawar, Nasawath, Aftakam, Ba'a, Hala, Ha, Alahayam, Waba, Ibawar, Bahaya, Yara, Athwa, Al, Panyakam, Labalathia, the Kata'awa. Verse 21. Wayamad Ha'aim Marakak Wamasha Negash al Ha'ai Rapal Ashar Sham Ha'alahayim. Verse 22. Waya Amar Yahweh al Mashah Kaha the Amar al Banya Yasha Allah Atham Ra'ayatham Kaya Man Hashamayam the Barathia Imakam. Verse 23. La'ah the Aisha one Akia Na'athia Salakia Alahaya Kasap wa Alahaya Zahab La'ah, the Aishawa Lakam. Verse 24. Mazabak Adama Aisha Laya was a Bakum, was a Bakath Aliyawa Ath Alathiaka Wa'ath Shalamyaka Ath Taza Anaka Wa'ath Bakwara Bakarabwa Bakal Hamakwawum Ashar Azakathia Azakaya Azakayar Ath Shamya Abawa'a Aliaka wa Barakathiaka. Verse 25. Wa as Mazabak Abunyam fa Aisha Laya La'a Tabana Aftahan Gawayath Harab Salakia Karabka Hanapath Aliyah Watha Kala Lakam. Verse 26, the last one. Verse 26. Wala'ah the Ilah Bama Ilath al Mazabathkia Ashar La'ah Tagala Ira Salaki. Wala'ah the Ilah Bama Ilath al Mazabathia Ashar La'ah Tagala Ira Wathiaka Aliyawa. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 20 in English. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for the Most High has come to prove you that this fear may not be before your faces, and that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. Verse 22, and the Lord said unto Moses, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, ye have seen what I have talked with you from heaven, that I have talked with you from heaven. Verse 23, you shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thy oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Verse 25, and if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Verse 26, neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered therein.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna clip it up right there. All right. You know what I mean? So Lord allow next week, you know what I'm saying, we'll pick right back up. Mm-hmm. Book of Exodus chapter 21 and verse 1. Lord allows what we'll pick back up next week. You know what I'm saying? So put that in your notes. You know what I mean? We'll keep diving into these records, man. Keep diving into these records. Keep bringing out this truth. You know what I'm saying? Remember who we are, man. Remember who we are and coming back to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Getting back to our culture, man. Getting back to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to jot it down. Got it. We can always.
Okay. 21 and 1. I got it.
All right, both sides, okay. So just up here, Madium. Men of Israel, gird thyself to prepare to salute the Torah.
Yeah.
So Madium, which means to stand. Wapanyakwadam, which means rise and face the east.
Abanawa.
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kwadash.
Kodash,
Haya.
Haya,
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahweh.
Hawa,
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka,
Taba'a.
Taba'a,
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka,
Haya.
Haya,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza,
Kawa.
Kawa,
Haya.
Haya,
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim,
Natan Lanawa.
Latandanawa,
Lakam.
Lakam,
Kal.
Cal,
Yawum.
Yawam,
Wasalak Nawa.
Wasalak Nawa,
Kabawath Nawa.
Kabawath Nawa,
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa,
Kabawath Yanawa.
Kabawath Yanawa,
Wala'a.
Wala,
Tabi'aya Nawa.
Tabi'ai Nawa,
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1,
Abal.
Abal,
Awashaya Nawa.
Abashai Nawa,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Rai.
Ra,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Laka.
Laka,
Kamalakwith.
Kamalakwa,
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala,
Wathaparith.
Wathapara,
Ibalumium.
Wa'alayim,
Aman.
Aman. In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever. So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah,
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kashah,
Nathan Lanawa.
Latandanawa,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Hakak. The
Hakak,
power of
La Pa'a,
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala,
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa,
Hakak.
Hakak,
La Tahar.
Latahar,
Ha Matazararem.
Hamatazarayim,
Hakak.
Hakak,
La Hakwiyam.
Lahakwiyam,
Hamathium.
Hamathium,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Al Rarakawath.
Arakawath,
Hatama'ala.
Atama Allah,
Lagarishan.
Lagarashan,
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah,
The Wada Aman.
the Wada Aman. In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
please give us the power,
Give us
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of
all
sickness
manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you,
Thank you.
so be it.
So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh,
Why Yahweh Shai?
why Yahweh Shah,
Why Mayaka Allah?
why Mayaka Allah,
Why Alahayim?
why Alahayim,
Matazabaya,
Matazabia,
Alawapiahana,
Alawapiana,
Alawapium,
Halawapi,
Hasaranium,
Hasaranyum,
Akotazayanium,
Hakotazayanyum,
Akoyoyoyum,
Hakoyayoyum,
Wahagwathian,
Wahagwathi,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahushai,
Bashim Yahweh,
the water Aman.
the water Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
The 121st Psalm in Hebrew, Aisha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Haharian,
Al-Haharian,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'a,
Yabaa,
Izaria,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'arataza,
Wa'arataza,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Wagolka,
Al-Yanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hanala'a,
Hanala'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashemash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Makalrai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'atka,
Taza'aka,
Wabawa'atka,
Wabuaka,
Mayatha,
Mayatha,
Wa'aid Iwalam.
Wa'aid Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills,
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills,
from which cometh my help.
from which cometh my help.
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
even forevermore. The 83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Dami Alaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thashakwat,
Al-Thashakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabiaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Imaka,
Yairayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
El-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarawa,
Amorwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magoya,
Magoya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yashala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yahadwa,
Yakadwa,
Aliaka,
Awyaka,
Bariyath,
Bariyah,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Aholia,
Aholia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'abba,
Mawa'abba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'ima-1,
Wa'ima-1,
Wa'ima-lak,
Wa'ima-lak,
Palashath,
Palashah,
I'm Yashabia,
I'm Yeshabi,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamajin,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabin,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yabmawa,
Ka'arab,
Karab,
Ashar, Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazol,
Manai,
Manai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Cow Nasai Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarashah,
Nayarashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af,
Af,
Na'awaf,
Na'awa,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanyarawaka,
Lapanya
Kaash,
Ka'ash,
Tabi'ira,
Tabayaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Kalahaba,
Kalahaba,
Dalahat,
Kalahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Daradapma,
Daradatma,
Basairaka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyahum,
Panyahum,
Qualawan,
Qualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Wayabahola,
Aidai,
Aidiyai,
Wayakaparawa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kayatha,
Kayatha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kalharataza,
Al Kaharataza. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
has lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people
and consulted
and
against
consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them
from
off
being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against
the
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites
the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
Moab
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon, and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also is joined with them.
is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They have
Lot.
hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth,
They became as dung for the earth.
made their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb,
like Zeeb.
yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Abah
as Abba,
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to
"Let us
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in
the
possession.
houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth a wood,
and as the
and
flame
as the flame
set the mountains on fire.
set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that they
shame,
may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish, that men may know
men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
Yahweh,
art the Most High over all the earth.
Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajum, Shabbat, Imajum, Barak, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atah, Yajamatah. Classes.